Hello, I'm Orestria, a goth girl in Japan, and this is my seasonal preview video for fall 2023, where I look at the fall season on Anichart and judge the shows by their posters. I try to watch as many shows as I can for my seasonal impressions videos, but I also have a few exceptions, and this is the video where you get to find out why I didn't watch something. And I can just guess what I think is going to be good and what I think is going to be bad, and then later when the season actually airs, we can all make fun of me. First up, we have Tate no Yusha no Nariagari Season 3. So this is Shield Hero Season 3, and I haven't watched the first two seasons yet. One of the main exceptions we run into is if it's a sequel season and I haven't seen the original, then I'm not going to watch the sequel season, and I don't have the time to watch the original of anything that comes out with a new season for my lists. I do believe Shield Hero is on the infamous The List of things that I intend to watch at some point, but Spy Family. The first season of Spy Family, I was like, oh my god, this show is amazing. And this says season 2, but we've already had a second course. And my opinion was like, yeah, that's fine. And I think this will also be fine. Goblin Slayer 2, that is a show I did not watch and will not watch. And if you know me, and you know the same one scene that I know about Goblin Slayer, then you can guess why I won't watch it. Although looking at that poster, she kind of looks like 2B, and I was like, more near? Kage no Jitsuroku Sha ni Narutakute second season. I dropped the first season of this. This is like, the main guy is a chunibyo who purposefully gets himself truck-kunned so he can be isekai to get magic powers. And he's like unintentionally haruhiing the world into fitting his chunibyo delusions. It's probably a pretty fun watch. It was just so uneven I couldn't stand it. But I'm sure there's lots of people having fun with it. Soso no Fririen. Well, it's not a thoroughly generic poster. We seem to have an actual dwarf. And elf ears. And some feathers falling. That said, well, I'm usually pretty enthusiastic about anything that has a non-standard poster. This poster just gives chill. It doesn't give excitement. It is interesting, he's the only person looking at one of the other people in the party versus, like, looking out into the unknown. Basically, I would say I have no particular expectations about this, except it'll probably at least look quite watchable. The second part of New World from Dr. Stone. I'm very excited for this. I like Dr. Stone in general, and the New World saga, or whatever, introduced a new character that I quite enjoy, so yay. Tokyo Revengers Tenjiku Hen. I dropped Tokyo Revengers, like, really fast. It's super popular. Here's the thing about living in Japan. There are lots of people who watch anime, but not necessarily as a percentage of the population. So there aren't that many anime where you actually see, like, lots and lots of ads and promotions for them. And there's so much Tokyo Revengers, like, promotions in the convenience stores and stuff. Kusuriya no Hitorigoto. This is definitely an intriguing poster. Love the colors on it. The kind of air of mystery. The suggestion that maybe the artist didn't feel very comfortable in their ability to draw noses. That's rude. It is a very, like, unusual pose, right? It's not giving a lot, but the fact that it's not giving a lot is giving mystery, and it is very, like, pretty. It's very nice to look at. Saihate no Paladin! Oh, I really liked the first course of this. Alright, excited for this. Kanojo mo kanojo. I love that this is so generic that I genuinely can't remember if I've seen this or not. Alright, upon checking my notes, I have not seen Season 1, so I will not be watching Season 2. Undead Unluck. Action Comedy Sci-Fi. So this is not an exciting poster. This is a bunch of shonen guys standing around. At first glance, I genuinely thought there was not a girl. I'm now thinking that this appears to be a feminine character. If that's the case, at least their one girl is not dressed in slutty clothes to just say, look, we have a girl for tits purposes. Are there really that many people out there in the world who are like, yes, I think one feminine character is the appropriate number of characters out of 9 characters? You're also boring. This poster does not make me excited at all. Keiken zumi na kimi to keiken zero no ore ga o tsukiai suru hanashi. Drama romance. I mean, she's cute. The background is boring as shit. It's a romance, and they are not interested in showing us him. So the prediction is he's gonna be some absolute boring nothing of a guy, and he falls for this dream girl, and she's wonderful and cute, and the whole show is just about watching it because she's cute. Yeah, not super excited about that. Story centers on the relationship between Ryuto, a gloomy social outcast, and Runa, the beautiful, popular girl at school. Hate. I mean, I'm gonna watch it, and it could... Here's the thing. I'm gonna watch it, and I could even like it. I liked that fucking dress-up one, which was the same idea. An absolutely boring guy with a beautiful girl. It's just that, like, it's a bad trend. There will be good shows using this bad trend. There will be bad shows using this bad trend. Probably more of them will be bad than not, but they could have been better if they just weren't part of this trend. Like, the romance is going to be better and more enjoyable if both characters are interesting. And instead, it's just about a male self-insert to have a fantasy girl. For better or for worse, in other mediums, romance is targeted towards women. So it's at least a space where the woman is, like, acknowledged. And in anime, even in romance shows, we're still just the object of pursuit of this boring guy that we can't even be excited about. Y'all wonder why I like BL so much. It's romance where they've actually made both characters interesting. Kimi no koto ga dai suki na 100 nin no kanojo. So there's no way this isn't a harem, right? We've got a guy surrounded by a heart with girls making up a second heart, and these girls seem to be different girls than those girls. He looks ugly and boring, not just boring, and two of these girls appear to be actual children. I need a better word to be, like, an opposite of excited. I'm so unenthused about this. Kamono hashiro no kindan suiri. My rotten brain already is assuming that they're gay. Drama mystery. We have either mysterious figures or maybe ghosts. We're in some library. There's something about, like, the compositing of them in this background where they somehow don't look like they belong in the poster. Apparently the original mangaka made Karakiao Hitman Reborn, which is a shonen show that was fine. And I mostly watched it because I'm a rotten fujoshi and I was slashing all the characters and so I was not watching it because it was, like, actively good. And the one thing it had was really appealing character designs, and at least in this poster, these character designs are just nothing. So, yeah, not enthused about this either. Watashi no oshi wa akuyaku reijo. Akuyaku is like in otome games. Apparently, if there's Akuyaku in the title, it's an Otome game thing. This poster is also not very excited. We've got a very bland building. It looks like it's just made of cement slabs. They're cramming way too many characters into the poster. The one interesting thing is that we seem to have two girls. I'm sure it won't actually be lesbian, but I'm sure I will read it as lesbian. Wait! The story of a reincarnated gamer pursuing her villainous lady love. Is this actually lesbian? Ray is determined to do what the game never allowed, romance Claire instead of one of the male leads. Alright, I'm in. Let's go. Let's lesbian this up. I'm down. Seijo no Marioku wa Banno desu Season 2. I can't remember if I finished the first season or if I dropped the first season. I'm gonna go check my notes. Alright, I did indeed watch all of Season 1 of this. I did only give it a 5 out of 10. And usually when I watch the whole season of something, I give it at least a 6. So that's not a very ringing endorsement. I guess I'll watch the first episode of Season 2, but I'm not gonna feel super enthused. Hametsu no Okoku. Action, drama, fantasy. There's some steampunk shit going on in this poster. They've narrowed in on one character. I don't know why there's feathers everywhere, but it's also, he's got a quill. He doesn't have shoes. And, like, his pants are tattered, and under his cloak he doesn't have a shirt, and he's all bandaged up. This looks promising. This has potential. Hikikomari Kyuketsuki no Monmon. Action comedy. Hikikomari? That's gotta be a pun, right? Because the word is hikikomori. Okay, so a hikikomori is a social recluse. In Japan, it can be quite the problem because family duties and the strength of family bonds and the level of, like, shame that still exists in Japanese society about mental issues tends to lead to not just there being a social recluse, but the problem gets exacerbated by the family supporting them. And then this show has made a pun out of hikikomori and I guess the name Mari, and also she's a vampire because Kyoketsuki. I would be somewhat more enthused if the poster literally wasn't like a maid girl grabbing another girl's tit. Like, it didn't say ecchi, it just said action comedy. No, this does not look good. Dead Mount Deathplay Part 2! Dead Mount Deathplay is great. It's dumb. And I love it. Yeah. Seiken Gakuen no Maken Tsukai. Oh good, we've got an ecchi magical school show where they've shoved all the people on the poster and they made absolutely zero effort in the background. The most interesting thing in this entire poster is the girl having the giant fucking tulip rocket. But otherwise, this looks terrible. MF Ghost, Sci-Fi Sports, a future beyond Initial D. Okay, well that explains the art style, which is not modern. I don't think I've ever watched any Initial D. I'm not that excited by cars and car races, but I guess there's no reason to disqualify it from my list, so I'll watch it. I don't like this poster at all. Not just because I don't like the older art style and their eyes look way too high up on their heads, but again, they've crammed in 1 million people and it looks like the cars are like CG. Shangri-La Frontier, action adventure. I mean, this seems fine. Does he have a fucking, like, blue jay head? There's a little rabbit. Like, straight up, like, the white rabbit from Alice in Wonderland looking rabbit. Right? He has a fucking bird head! Alright, I give this a pass based on the poster. Wait, that sounds like I don't want to watch it. I give this a passing grade based on the poster. This is an acceptable poster that suggests that something is happening. Ragna Crimson. There you go. This is still a pretty simple poster, but they kept it reasonable with the number of characters. They did something interesting with the lighting. They did something interesting with his pose where he looks like he's like stabbing forward. It looks like we have 2 girls and 2 guys. There's something fucked up with his eyes. Got a cool witch girl with heterochromia, of course. He looks like kind of vampire-y, and then she looks kind of angel-y. I am moderately interested in this based on its poster. The official website for the Naruto anime franchise announced a new anime project to air 4 brand new episodes in September to celebrate the TV anime's 20th anniversary. Well, I'm not watching that. Mahotsukai no Yome Season 2 Part 2. I'm sorry, you don't get Season 2 Part 2. That's... None of this Season 1 Part 1, Season 1 Part 2, Season 2 Part 2, Season 2 Part 1... You're on Season 4. I don't give a fuck. This is on my to-watch list. I haven't watched it yet. Given how much I've been enjoying Nihehime, and my understanding is that they have the same target audience, which makes me really want to watch Mahotsukai no Yome, I will get there one day. And, you know what? At least we've got something going on in this poster. I mean, it's too many characters, but at least they're, like, in 2 sides engaged in battle somehow. It actually looks better over here where it's cropped. This looks kind of sickening. Nanatsu no Taisai Mokushiroku no Yon Kishi. This is, yeah, a sequel to the 7 Deadly Sins or whatever. I haven't watched 7 Deadly Sins. Based on what I know about it, I'm not even going to. I think it's not on the list. I'm not interested. Fooly Cooly Grunge. Fucking come to my house and murder me. I haven't seen Fooly Cooly yet. It's on the list. From what I've heard, the sequel series have not been as well loved as Fooly Cooly, but I don't have a personal opinion on that yet. Kikanchan no mahou wa tokubetsu desu. What the fuck is going on with that? Is that an enemy? Is that a summon? Is that somebody possessing him like a warlock? Whatever it's called. I don't know if it's just the quality of the poster I'm looking at or if this is actually like some kind of hot CG garbage. I do think the contrast between the fieriness and the more icy vibes down here is interesting, but the actual art just does not look great. Hoshikuzu Telepath. Comedy slice of life. Tell you what, it's kind of cute. 2 ridiculously hair-colored girls in cute outfits with a starry sky. Which means I'm gonna slash them in a lesbian way regardless of how the show actually goes. This seems good. This is actually a poster that makes me interested in watching the show, which puts it ahead of most of what we've seen today. Ojo to Banken-kun, drama romance. A girl and her guard dog. Is this supposed to be the equivalent of the cute girl poster from earlier? 'Cause he's not on the same scale of cuteness as her at all. He's not ugly. But I don't know if he's carrying a poster by himself. Like, I keep looking at the sky behind him, honestly. So, no, not super excited. Boshoku no Berserk, action-adventure. Am I the only one who just sees Kirito and Asuka? The entire description is about the guy, but they put the girl center stage, so she's just supposed to be waifu. No, that looks really generic to me. Watch me just hate every poster and then it's all great. Okay. So this show is called Shy. It's an action drama. An action drama named Shy. We seem to have a lot of girls. The one with no face is kind of weird. The angry Caterpie from Pokemon is kind of weird. Actually, I guess a lot of them are wearing masks. And he's got like a star on his chest. Maybe it's like a superhero thing. But it's just a big group of characters standing around doing absolutely nothing on a boring background. On Drag Race, they'll do this thing where the cast photo is just their individual photos with the background CG'd out and then layered on top of each other. And that's exactly what this looks like. Like, this is just like the character, full body character shot on her wiki. And it's the same for all of them, and they just put them all on top of each other for this poster. It is thoroughly uninspired. Oh lord, that's a title. Tearmoon Teikoku Monogatari. Danto Dai kara hajimaru Hime no Tensei Gyakuten Story. Do we really need Monogatari and story in the title? They both mean story! Well, our titular princess looks cute enough. She's got a maid and a butler. There is something interesting happening here with, like, a different art style. And that's a fucking guillotine! Why is there a fucking guillotine? Wait, what? 22-year-old Princess Mia of the Tearmoon Empire was executed by a guillotine. Are they doing the Otome game thing where someone gets reborn into an Otome game as the villain and they have to fix the villain's story so they don't get murdered, except it's the actual woman going back in time to before she got murdered? I kind of got that from the poster. Okay, I'm in. Under Ninja. What an excellent name. Action comedy. He's in this scuzzy room, but he's like, it's clearly a modern day ninja. He's wearing like a hoodie. I'm moderately intrigued. Especially, this is comedy? The poster does not give comedy. Huh. Overtake. There are fucking 2 car racing anime this season? I'm gonna die. The nicest thing I can say about this poster is I'm more interested in this show than the other show based on the poster alone. At least they look like they're plucky youngsters working on the thing out of love out of their terrible warehouse garage. 婚約破棄された令状を拾った俺がいけないことを教え込む. Konyaku is, engagement, isn't it? Comedy, fantasy, it doesn't say romance. But this looks more like a romance I'd want to watch than either of those 2 posters that were just one person. Not that I think this looks amazing, this looks kind of cheap. But at least it's trying. His face looks like he got hit with a stick. I read the description of it, and I don't hate the idea of it. It's a comedy, so it might be able to get away with having kind of mediocre art and art direction. Bokensha ni naritai to miyako ni detteita musume ga S rank ni natteta. I want to become an adventurer is not a phrase that I find super exciting. So, in general, I don't like this poster, but what I do like is it doesn't look like the standard main characters from an isekai. This guy has a fucking beard. A fucking beard! Is she actually the main character and not just waifu? Okay, skimming the summary, it seems like they're both main characters. Overall, the poster looks like they just took still images from the show and cut out the background and put a little white haze to make the cutting out of the background easier. And whatever this is this supposed to be like the two eyes of the villain and a face? Because it looks terrible. Paradox Live, the animation. I don't watch music shows unless I think there's a particular reason I would enjoy it. They're just there to sell character singles and merch for the characters. I will say these characters, to me, look slightly more interesting than what I see in most idol shows. Like, he looks like an actual grown adult man. He looks really pretty. They said, like, he's a firing gangster type boy, and they went with it. I don't know why he looks like he's from a different era. It doesn't look like here's 4 boys I would expect to see in an idol group, but I don't watch music shows. Avex and G-Crest's hip-hop themed multimedia project takes place in the near future, where rappers wear accessories that contain a metallic substance called phantom metal. Through the phantom metal's chemical reaction with the rapper's own DNA, the rapper can create illusions linked to their emotions during their performance. Okay, I might watch episode 1 to laugh at that, because that sounds stupid as fuck. If you would like me to watch the first episode of that and laugh at it, let me know. Why are there so many shows? Just produce a third fewer shows, but spend that extra effort making the shows actually watchable. Dekaboko Majo no Oyako Jijo. I like cute witch girls. Don't like whatever's going on with this weird mascot. It's a parent-child relationship. Which I guess makes sense because she looks like a little kid. Just think about how much of the poster is taken up by this woman's breast. It's comedy, so if it's actually funny, that's fine, but it doesn't look super exciting, and I fucking hate that bird thing. Jesus. Buta no liver wa kanetsu shiro. Buta no liver. There is in fact a pig. Buta means pig in Japanese. What the fuck is happening? And the premise is absolutely wild. And she's got some Mona Lisa shit going on where I cannot tell if she's happy or sad or embarrassed. Is she about to cry? It kind of looks like a hot mess. But I'd rather it look like a hot mess than like absolute generic nothing. So go off. The Idolmaster Million Live. I'm not watching that. Kamierabi and Anichart does not currently give a genre, and the source is original. I mean, it looks like some kind of horror. Kamierabi here is translated as God app. Is that a Shimozen or whatever? Probably the most interesting looking poster we've gotten so far. I mean, it looks like it's gonna be like horror or psychological, or if I'm really lucky, a death game. They're like really grayscale too. I'm intrigued. So that's a good sign. Potion Danomi de Ikenobimasu. Hey, another person reincarnated into being a pharmacist. Ugh. This is not my kind of art style. Aggressively cutesy slice of life stuff. I don't know. I'm not super interested. Twaru Osan no VR MMO Katsudoki. Alright, so not an isekai, but a VR MMO. Osan is like slang for old guy, right? So it's probably an older guy playing him. And we have 3 girls. Her face does not look right. Her face does not look right. His face does not look right. Second ugly bird mascot of the list. Wow. Oh, and I get to hate it because they're considering 38 years old an old guy. Cool. Yeah, this looks awful. Bokuran no Ameiro Protocol. So, are you the kind of person who goes out in the rain with an umbrella, with a hoodie, or just gets wet? It's got a mood to it. It's got an atmosphere. I feel like I don't really know what's going on. And drama as a genre doesn't really help me narrow it down and figure it out. I was more interested in the poster than in the description when I read the description. He works at an esports cafe? What? Yuzuki-san chi no 4 kyodai. So, just kind of slice of life drama about 4 siblings. And it looks like maybe the parents just aren't in the picture. The poster isn't super exciting. So they've got the group portrait and then the photos of the person. And it's literally the same picture. So I don't hate the idea of this story at all. It has a lot of potential. And it is a comedy, so it could actually be good. But that poster is garbage. Hypnosis Mic Division Rap Battle Rhyme Anima. Terrible name. I think I watched like the first Hypnosis Mic to laugh at it, and it wasn't even that funny. Megumi no Daigo Kyukoku no Orange. We got some firefighters. This one appears to actually be a girl, which is kind of interesting. The part of the poster that is not the people is lazy as fuck. Not super excited. It could be good, I guess. I don't know, though. Action drama. Man, I don't know. Oh, it's a sequel to something I haven't seen. Done. Don't have to worry about it. Captain Tsubasa. That's an old anime. Apparently, it's got a recent remake. Good on you. I'm not watching that. Miki to Dari. Well, they're definitely twins. Miki means right, but Dari does not mean left. What the fuck are these weird creatures around them? I mean, it's not a standard poster. I'm not very excited. Are they in a circus? Or was the background just not well thought out? Guess we'll find out. Atarashi Joshi wa Dotennen. I mean, it actually could not get more boring than this. 40% of this poster is just the title in large font on a white background. I'm guessing that's his name and that's his name, but I can't actually see enough to read them. And this also just looks like it could be their character pictures off of, like, the wiki. And they both look sad. And it's a comedy? It's a comedy. And the poster has absolutely zero flavor. That might be the worst poster. Yeah, this is the worst poster so far. Oof. 16-bit sensation, another layer. Comedy, slice of life, absolutely no other information. The worst part of this poster is just that it looks like a still frame. It just looks like someone pressed screen capture on an actual scene from the show. And not, like, one of the interesting scenes. Her hair thing is, like, driving me up the wall. Kibo no Chikara Otona Precure 23, sequel to Yes Precure 5, go go! I've not seen any Precure and I'm not starting here. Dog signal! Dog signal! All caps. This doesn't look like an anime poster, this looks like a manga poster. Is this BL? 20 episodes! Christ. I mean, I'm getting a lot of nothing from it. It's not giving me, like, this is terrible and no thought went into it, but it's not giving me, like, this is good either. B Project Netsuretsu Star Love Call, sequel to B Project Zetsu Star Beyblade X. I'm not watching it. I'm not watching Beyblade, sorry. Kawagoe Boys Sing. Because it's not literally an idol show, I will watch it. They also appear to have a member of KISS and a badger in their orchestra, so that's interesting. I don't know. I might be able to slash some of them. The poster is just too many characters on a completely white background, so it's not super exciting. Although at least, like, the conductor guy looks expressive. Kizuna no Alele Season 2. Not only is it a Season 2 of something, but it's a music show, so I'm not gonna watch it. Rail Romanesque 2. I haven't seen Rail Romanesque. Shinkeki no Kyojin. The final season. Kanketsu Hen Kohen. The second half of the last part of the final season of Attack on Titan. This is the show that doesn't end. I would say worst poster goes to Atarashi Joshi wa Dotennen. Best poster probably goes to Kamiye Rabi. There are like 7 billion shows, and very few of the ones that aren't a season 2 seem interesting. Actually, you know what? So what if I hate more than half of the posters? I hate more than half the shows in a season. It's fine. That's accurate. But it looks like the beginning of this season's gonna be a slog. Wish me luck. See you next time. Bye-bye.